those who don't use your college degree, what did you major in? Up until I was in college, I always thought that my mom majored in chemistry because she's an analytical chemist at a pharmaceutical company. Then I was struggling with a physics class, and she casually mentions, yeah, physics can be tough to get at first, but it's pretty fun once you get the hang of it. That's why I majored in it after all. My whole life was a lie. I was wondering if I'd see chemist. As a chemist with a chemistry degree, I do feel like an odd one out. I majored in economics and political science. After I graduated, I worked in film production for about 6 years. Since then, I've worked in IT consulting as an account executive. Theoretical math. I stare mindlessly at a computer screen every day, waiting to die of boredom. Majored in physics with a minor in computer science and research experience in materials. I bartend. Mechanical engineering. I probably could have used it, but I became a pilot for the Air Force. That's an acceptable excuse, I guess. Music performance. It actually really killed my passion for music. I was so burned out by the time I got out of there. I now work in very unrelated fields that requires no degrees, but some specialized training. I am way happier, and now music is becoming my hobby again. I just graduated with my performance degree and I'm so burned out on performing. I teach privately right now and I really like that, but it doesn't pay the bills, so I'm looking for a desk job or something. I'm gradually starting to like music again. Petroleum engineering. I'm unemployed, going back to school to get a minor in energy, business, and finance in hopes that things look back up soon. If not, I'm getting a second major in environmental systems engineering. Pro tip: don't specialize too much in engineering, especially in a really annoying commodity market. Ms. in geology here from a school that isn't located in the south. Too overqualified for BC jobs. Didn't specialize in hydro, so I can't get groundwater jobs because I lose to someone who did. The real fun ones are when someone from Oklahoma or Texas tells me I have a Yankee resume. It's a fun catch-22. Sociology major. Got out of school and started doing web design. Eventually I transitioned into user experience design, and now social research is part of the design job. My major became an asset by accident. One of my bachelors is in sociology. Can't say I use it, but I learned a lot. Theater, or as my friend call it, waiting table. Not too far off. I work for tips. My GF's sister wants my GF to co-sign a $6,000 private loan so she can go to school for theater or music, and she doesn't understand why my GF is reluctant. Finance major here. I'm a photographer now. The degree helped me run the business, but I could have figured out that part. The hard part is the customer service and the networking. Anthropology. Now I'm a business analyst for a digital agency. I studied physics in a major research university and had numerous research experiences in a number of physics subfields. I now run a VRP company. College students praying their degree doesn't show up. It's not really a doomsday scenario to see your degree show up in here. There will probably be plenty of people in this thread that studied for one thing and then had a great opportunity that they capitalized on. I graduated with a journalism degree. Never worked a single day in journalism. Wouldn't want to anymore. Either many reasons. Instead I rolled into IT roles without any degrees or certs. Turns out personal experience is actually worth something to the right employer as well. No regrets. Philosophy. But it's hard to really say that I use it or don't use it. Let's start by discussing what it means to use a degree. Then we can talk about how a degree in philosophy is or isn't different from other degrees, and then we can discuss. I hold a degree in economics and business and am now a stay-at-home dad. 3 years ago, I left a career in marketing brand management and haven't looked back. You're living my life. Majored in computer science, then went straight to work as an infantry officer. To show the correlation between the two, my boss asked if I know how to Excel, but I love both my job and my degree and I still code for fun in my off time. Astrophysics, linguistics, art, business. I'm a chef, for the moment, at least. ETA, you read that right. I have 4 degrees, 2 masters. I have BS degrees in both computer science and business administration, with minors in science and economics, plus about 3/4 of an MBA. I work as an electrical engineer. My own experience is that your degree is not nearly as important as your attitude towards work. I have dug ditches to feed my family, and I outworked the rest of the laborers on that job to be the best ditch digger out there and got a promotion to foreman based on my work ethic and ability to get things done and not my education. When a job opened in computers, I moved up to programmer. Then when something broke, I went out into the field to fix it. It wasn't always software that broke, so I learned electronics on my own. Whatever you do, make yourself valuable to your employer and you will have a job. It may not be the job you would like to have, but that will come. Psychology. How does that make you feel? Repressed. I majored in business. I am now a lawyer. Some might assume I used what I learned, but I honestly cannot remember a single thing from my undergrad business classes. Nothing. I sometimes have reviewed accounting documents like balance sheets and cash flow statements, and aside from recognizing their form, I barely recall how they function or how to really evaluate them. Fine arts. I'm okay with a regular boring job, and doing art as a sideline project. I have a lot of respect for anyone who has an art degree. It's a lot harder to obtain, at least at my school, than a lot of people realize. Graduated from a 1-year IT school. The certifications such as A+ and Net+ are worth the real value, not the diploma from that school. Actually, it was kind of a scam. 3/4 of the students dropped out or did not finish, because the learning was 95% independent study, so you really had to have initiative. English literature, and now I'm a chef. Not sure why I did that. LOL. Political science and history. I can't say I directly apply it. That's tough to do unless you want to teach or go into politics, but I absolutely use it and have sold the skills it helped me develop to employers. After university, I took a few licensing courses and found a decent job in insurance within few weeks that I probably wouldn't have got over the competition without the degree. A few years later, that turned itself into a great career that really interests me. Most recently, I started working on a professional designation that requires a degree as a prerequisite. Basically, when interviewers asked why a history policy degree or how it was useful, I explain all the skills it honestly helped me build. Strong writing and reading comprehension, analytical skills, critical thinking, ability to buzz, ability to work in groups and make presentations, time management skills, ability to manage projects, things like that. An undergraduate degree is just a stepping stone for a lot of young people these days. Unless you're wise enough to take something directly employable like engineering. It's not a free ticket to a job, but it certainly helps in my experience. Still, if my kids go to college, I'll encourage them to take something more employable, or consider a good trade program. This was my first thought when I clicked on this thread. If your university was worth a dang, a liberal degree should have an impact on any job you do. Comp C Math. Became a doctor. I pretend I don't know anything about computers. God forbid my colleagues find out. Majored in criminal justice 8 years ago. Have been a stay-at-home dad for 8 years. Notions. I used to do research, but now the only time my degree gets used is over at our AskReddit. I compose music for a living now, and cook part-time. Liberal arts. I now specialize in the application and removal of waterproof flooring systems. Game art. The industry is saturated to crap, so if my portfolio isn't Blizz quality, I don't stand a chance. Can't even get an entry-level position, let alone an internship, and it's really frickin' hard to network while living in Wisconsin. Now I'm stuck with crippling debt, working 2 crap jobs just to keep my head above water, having no time to even improve my portfolio. I feel yeah. I'm also in the Midwest. History. Not a great degree for anyone who doesn't plan on teaching or doing archival research. A friend of mine switched from English to history because she didn't want to be a teacher anymore. I'm glad nobody has said audio production yet. My AA was in that. Did it pseudo professionally for 6 years. Fun except for when it wasn't. Too unstable as a primary career unless you're lucky and really fond of endless self-promotion. went to college and spent a stupid amount of money on a crappy school and now have crippling debt for graphic design. Got a job at a call center and then moved to a different position where I am now and make double the money of my old position. I monitor files all night long and make more money than almost all of my friends from college. I love my job but plan on trying to go back to school for network security. I majored in political science and German. I've since had a long career in accounting, for which I didn't get relevant qualifications until 10 years in. Even sillier, this was in Australia where I could have just done a 3-year business or commerce degree if I wanted to be an accountant. I instead did arts law and didn't even finish the law component, although I think I definitely learned a lot of useful stuff from the law subjects. Accountants, pay attention to the business law subjects. I majored in simulation, animation and game design, but I manage an IT help desk at a network security company. The dream is well and truly dead. I have a degree in history specializing in Russian, and a minor in archaeology and anthropology. I wanted to be Indiana Jones. Instead I'm a sales rep. I have a creative writing degree, which is why I work for FedEx. I knew my major wouldn't make me much money, but I had been in college for 6 years already. I found out that I was surprisingly good at writing, so I changed my major so that I'd graduate faster. Music composition, bachelor's, master's, and PhD. I majored in history, but work as a lawyer. Should have stuck to history. Microbiology MSc here. I was going to be a science teacher but that fell through and in the process of getting another placement sorted, I got a temp job in IT. I'm now a senior developer and can code in about 4 languages. Business. It's the next big thing. It's the next big scheme. Just do what you love and you will find your way and be happy. Let's hope OP doesn't love axe murders. Theater major. Every day I thank the Lord I'm still making decent money. I have a degree in maths and computer science. Now I help run the family business, a Chinese restaurant. Speech pathology. Majored in religion. I teach English now. I don't regret it. I found the subject fascinating, and unless you are on a very specific path, med school, law school, etc., I'd recommend majoring in what you find genuinely interesting. That piece of paper is going to get you ahead, regardless of what it's in. Nuclear engineering. Found work in my field for a while, but the hours and bureaucracy was ridiculous. I lay hot tar and asphalt on public roads now along with other odd jobs. Our team last year consisted of a biochemist, me, and a gentleman that held a PhD in the Spanish language. Good lesson in never judging a book. You've encountered the lost treasure of Captain Gus Fishhead. Subscribe to receive some of his gold. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check out another video, or don't. Either way, have a great day you magnificent people.